Joe Hopkins here, and today we're talking about Strats. That's right. Strats are best. Are Strats best? I guess you could ask that question. Are Strats best? Everybody has their own preferences. I'm not saying Strats literally are best, but if they were best, I'm going to give you the reasons why Strats would be best. Now, we're talking about affordable budget guitars, and when it comes to that, Strats tend to be cheaper than a lot of the other models. Usually when you go in budget guitar places, right, you got Telecasters, then Strats, and then various different types and LPs, usually the more expensive ones. Usually right below specialty stuff like, 7 strings, 8 strings, fan frets. Sometimes those cost more than the LP models. But traditional Les Paul style guitars tend to cost more than the Strats. Although I'll admit the Les Paul style guitars are very pretty guitars. I really like them and like to get them when I have the money. But Strats, they're more affordable. They're definitely more affordable, and you have some interesting options with them, right? Mostly because if you want a tremolo, Les Paul style guitars a lot of times don't come with tremolos. Some do, but most don't. Same thing with SGs and Teles, and Strats almost always come with a tremolo of some kind. Now, I've said it before, I'm not a big fan of the Strat style tremolos, but not all Strats have, that type of tremolo. Some of them come with others. Usually you get a standard Strat type tremolo. And you could fix the problem of it, like not necessarily always wanting to stay in tune by, getting some locking tuners. That always helps. Otherwise, tremolo knocks things out, but locking tuners aren't expensive. But Strats, they have a tremolo, they come, they tend to be cheaper, and you can change things on Strats more easily. We'll get into that in a minute. The other nice thing about Strats, you have 3 pickups, so you have a lot of tone options, right? Even if they're just single coils, or like on my Donner here, this has a humbucker single. Now, with a lot of humbucker guitars, a lot of people really like the using the humbucker in the bridge position, and Strats with humbuckers have that. Strat or a humbucker in the bridge position. That's where you want one, usually, right? And this has coil splitting. And this is not an expensive guitar. This is my Donner. This is like a $200 guitar. $200 and it comes with a bunch of stuff like gig bag, amp. You can check out my review on it, right? So anyway, Strats, they tend to come with a lot of options. You get other types of guitars, especially LPs and SGs usually come with 2 humbuckers, sometimes 2 P90s. But that tends to be your options. With Strats, you have a lot of other options. Another nice thing about Strat style guitars is there are a lot of available parts. And it's nice, it's a bolt-on neck, so you can change necks easily. It's very easy to change a lot of the parts on it, including the pickups. One of the nice things about Strats, not all of them, but most of them are routed for a humbucker in the neck position too. So you can get pre-wired pick guards, because all the electronics are wired to the pick guard. There's only one wire to solder, that's the ground wire. You can get preloaded pick guards from various companies and change it out very easily. If you take the screws off your pick guard and look underneath and see what type of routing there is, if you have 2 humbucker routing, you can get a humbucker, single humbucker. You can get a dual humbucker. You can go to 3 single coils. And there are a lot of companies that make loaded pick guards rather inexpensively. You can find them on Amazon and other places, or you can get something really nice. Like, for instance, this Donner guitar. The guitar itself is excellent, and I really like the pickups in it generally, but the pickups and electronics are maybe the weakest part of this guitar. This would be an amazing guitar if I just changed a couple of things. If I got better pickups and electronics and maybe some locking tuners, this thing would be a primo beast, right? And that's not hard to do with a Strat. That's another reason why Strats are really great. If you want to upgrade things and you don't want to have to learn a lot of soldering and wiring, preloaded pick guards are an excellent way of doing it. You take the old pick guard out, unsolder the ground wire, solder the new ground wire where the old one was, same place, screw the new pick guard in, and you're good to go, because all of it is on the pick guard. Everything except the ground wire and the input jack. That's it. All of it's in the pick guard, which makes it really, really easy. And usually the input jack, you can just unscrew it from here. I think it's a 1/2-inch socket, I think, anyway. And it comes out with the pick guard. So you don't really have a lot of work to upgrade them. Along with being less expensive and, just very interchangeable stuff. They're easy to work with. And they're very, very available. Everybody carries a Strat model. Everybody does. Most places nowadays carry a Les Paul type guitar too, but not everybody. But everybody carries a Strat. You can find it in just about any color, any style, any pickup configuration. They're so prevalent that it makes it really, really easy to work with. And if you get something with fairly standard sizes on it, like a standard tremolo, standard size neck, all that kind of stuff, everything is just so interchangeable with Strat style guitars. It's why when you see Eddie Van Halen, the guitars early on that he built for himself were Strat style guitars that he modified, because they're just easier to modify than other guitars. You can mix and match pieces, and people do it all the time. You can't really do that with a Les Paul style guitar because of the set neck, or with anything with a set neck. It's a lot harder. This is easy to swap stuff out. It makes it really, really quite easy to do. And you can buy Strat bodies with routing for a Floyd Rose or that kind of thing. Or hey, if you're handy with woodwork, you can route out what you need for a Floyd Rose and build yourself a super Strat. Get a Floyd Rose equipped neck and super Strat away, baby. Or like I said, you can just, use your current tremolo and some locking tuners, and that would help keep it in tune better. And, that kind of thing. But you have a lot of options with a Strat. So are Strats the best budget guitars? Well, that's up to opinion. And I leave it up to your opinion. I love them all. I love all the guitars. But I do like Strats for those reasons. Not least of all is how upgradable they are, how interchangeable all of it is, how inexpensive they are. Both of these I ended up buying because I wanted a Strat. This one I got because I wanted a standard Strat, and I wanted to try Hard Luck Kings, and this was the least expensive thing they had, and I didn't have much money at the time. So it served all of my purposes. I got a Strat, I got to try Hard Luck Kings guitars, and I love it. I like their build quality. I'd buy another one. And, it was within my budget. Same thing with the Donner. I had X amount of money. This was on sale on Amazon. They also sell the same thing through donnerdeals.com. If you want, hey, I'll put links in the description below to both of these companies if you want to check them out. I've done reviews on both of these guitars, right? And in a minute here, there's going to be an end screen. If you go to my reviews playlist, it'll come up on there. You can find where I did reviews on both of these guitars and see what you think, or check out some other reviews if you want to look at other guitars. But for right now, those are my reasons why Strats would be best, in my opinion. Could be. They could be the best. They could be. If you're into that kind of thing. I am. I like Strats, and that's just, hey, that's my information. That's my thoughts on it. So tell you what, get you a Strat, build something cool, make it into something cool, or go to a company that sells parts or kits and build your own. Strats, like I said, they're easy. Lots of things are easy on them, and that's what's nice. I think that was Leo Fender's point in building the Stratocaster, in the way he did these guitars, was to make everything as easy as possible, to make manufacturing as easy as possible, and the side effect is it makes things for the consumer as easy as possible. There you go. Anyway, subscribe to my channel. Check out my playlists at the end here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.